During adolescence, peers shape a youngster's behavior. Negative circles pressuring teens are common. Positive friends enhance development. They buffer against stress.
Almost there. Just a little more. Yay! Looks great. Thanks. Are you okay? Here, it's my toy. Thank you, Sora. It's really nice of you. Yeah! That's what I heard, too. I know, right? No way, this is so good! Oh my God. But wait, she didn't. Oh.
Leo and Sam stare at their half-finished tower. With a silent nod, they swap pieces and resume building. Here, identity takes shape. Through these small negotiations, they see themselves in each other's eyes. A kind word makes Leo stand taller, but when Sam pushes the blocks away in sudden frustration, Leo flinches. Every interaction acts as a mirror, showing them exactly who they are becoming.
No, I touched it first. Didn't. I touched it. Yes, you did. My foot hit it. Okay, fine. You win this time.
During adolescence, a positive circle can help a teen improve.
As you can see, peer influence completely takes over. He is like two different people depending on who he is with.
Hao stands at the silent center of the school hallway, a crossroads of his own making. To his left, the shadows lean in. A group of teens offers a vape, a bottle, and a small baggie.
Their sneers sharpening as they tap their watches. Hao's hand grips his backpack strap until his knuckles turn white.
Peer pressure is a constant force, but it does not always lead you down the wrong path.
To his right, a different energy flows. Another group is huddled over textbooks, their eyes bright with purpose. One friend points toward the gym,
miming a perfect basketball shot with a smile. Hu looks back and forth, caught between the gravity of two very different worlds, feeling the weight of his next move. The screen splits. On the left, the negative group pushes Hao toward a dimly lit stairwell, their laughter echoing like a warning. They shove a drink into his hand, demanding he join their descent.
But Hao stops. He feels the cold glass, then sets the drink firmly on a ledge and walks away.
Their shouts fade into the distance. On the right, the studious group waves him over with genuine warmth. He joins them, opening his notebook to a fresh page.
Positive friends challenge you to reach for excellence and discipline. They hold you accountable for your future, pushing you to climb rather than fall. They are the mirror of who you can become. Negative peers push you toward violence and poor decisions that carry lasting consequences.
But you have the power to choose. Look at Hao now, sweating on the court and mastering his studies.
Choose the group that demands your best, not the one that drags you into chaos. Your circle defines your trajectory.
All right, everyone, let's get started on this digital task. Javi, I'd like you to take the lead on this. Let's do this. Wow, look at this.
We can change this.
This looks better. I'm so proud of what you've achieved. You've really outdone yourselves today.
In the early years of development, a child's psychological center of gravity is firmly anchored at home with their parents. But as they hit adolescence, that center of gravity moves. They pull away from the family unit and integrate rapidly into the complex, high-stakes ecosystem of their peers. We often dismiss childhood friendships as casual play, but these early relationships function as an intense training ground. As children navigate who to trust and how to fit in, they are forging their core identity, testing their ethics, and developing lifelong communication skills. Because this period of development is so intense, the stakes are high. The same social mechanisms that build a robust emotional foundation for one child can pivot to dismantle the psyche of another. A peer group holds immense psychological leverage, frequently overriding even the strongest family upbringing. Who a teenager chooses to spend time with often determines how they dress, speak, and perceive the world, making peer selection a critical determinant of their future. To see how a healthy peer group protects a child, we look to the social buffer, a concept based on the research of William Bukowski. This network visualization shows a central node, the child, surrounded by connected points representing friends. Those connections deflect incoming threat vectors, like academic stress or tension at home. Because the surrounding barrier absorbs the impact of those external pressures, the central node remains stable. This creates the psychological security a child needs to process difficult emotions. Having trustworthy friends to confide in lowers their cortisol levels, allowing them to manage trauma rather than being overwhelmed by it. Inside that secure environment, children receive consistent peer validation. When a child is respected and valued by their friends, they internalize that feedback, directly constructing a confident self-concept. A healthy group also forces adaptation. By engaging in cooperative play, children navigate disagreements and practice empathy. They acquire the mechanics of negotiation and conflict resolution through trial and error with people their own age. We usually view peer pressure as a negative force, but it operates in both directions. When a child's social circle values education or kindness, the pressure to conform acts as a catalyst for improved grades and pro-social behavior. Consistent social support protects a child from the physiological toll of chronic stress. This sense of safety allows for the development of stable emotional regulation, triggering the favorable epigenetic expressions that form a permanent foundation for adult resilience. The drive to fit into a group is not a preference. During adolescence, it is a biological imperative. Teenagers are desperate to belong, and that desperation creates an inherent vulnerability. Research by B.B. Brown shows how dangerous this vulnerability can be. On this scale, the need for group acceptance heavily outweighs a child's family values. This imbalance often drives teenagers to engage in reckless behaviors, like drug use or delinquency, purely to secure their place in the pack. When group dynamics turn hostile, they manifest as targeted bullying and deliberate social exclusion. In these scenarios, the group uses its collective leverage to manipulate and isolate a single target. Dan Olweus's research on bullying highlights the severity of this dynamic. This diagram shows a central node severed from the network. When a child is actively excluded, their most basic social needs are cut off. The brain processes this deep disconnection with the same urgency as physiological deprivation. Without a social buffer, every threat strikes the child directly. The internal damage accumulates as deep-seated inadequacy and severe anxiety. Over time, the constant stress of being targeted hollows out their sense of self-worth. A toxic peer environment erodes a child's self-concept through repeated psychological trauma. This chronic isolation introduces lasting developmental scars, establishing a pattern of anxiety and self-doubt that can endure long after the peer group has dissolved. The impacts of these adolescent friendships do not disappear at graduation. The social environments children navigate set the baseline for their adult psychology. Children who experience the protection of strong social buffering use those early friendships as a permanent template. They carry those learned behaviors forward, becoming adults who know how to build healthy intimacy and maintain resilience. Conversely, victims of severe social exclusion carry deep internal scars. That early deprivation frequently manifests in adulthood as persistent trust issues and a chronic inability to build supportive networks. Because the long-term consequences are so severe, adults cannot dismiss toxic peer dynamics as kids being kids. When exclusion occurs, deliberate intervention by parents and educators is required to stop the damage. This involves actively fostering inclusive environments. Adults must explicitly teach children how to resolve conflicts and stand their ground when facing negative peer pressure, giving them the tools to weather the social storm. Childhood friendships hold immense power. A peer group acts as either a life-saving buffer or a devastating weapon. Acknowledging this dual nature is the mandatory first step to helping children navigate the social crucible and emerge as capable adults.
Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe. Next chapter, education.